Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Dewi Nuraini. I will present the final exam project of contrastive and error analysis, definition and delimitation. My lecturer is Mr. Subadar, MPD. Human error. Error is likewise unique to humans who are not only sapiens and loquens, but also Homo errans. Not only is to err human, but there is none other than human error. Animals and artifacts do not commit errors. And if to error and to speak are each uniquely human, then to error at speaking or to commit language errors must mark the very pinnacle human uniqueness. Discipline. Indeed, the very idea of discipline suggests recognition of the need to eliminate or minimize error. However, we focus on errors and their analysis in the context of foreign language or FL and second language or SL or synonymously L2, learning and teaching. Here are 4 things to remember. The first FL is foreign language. Number 2, SL is second language. 3, EA is error analysis. And 4, TL is the target language. Second language learners stop short of native-like success in a number of areas of the L2 grammar. That is mentioned by Towell and Hawkins in 1994-14. Successive paradigms. According to Corder's 1973 account of applied linguistics, there are 4 orders of application, only the first 2 of which will concern us here. The first order application of linguistics is describing language. This is a necessary first step to take before you can move on to the second order application of comparing languages. First, language teaching calls for the description of the language to be learned, the FL or SL. Let us use a term that is neutral between these two, target language or TL. It may even be extended to include the learners setting themselves goals. Without that willingness, there is of course no learning at all. The second code in need of description in the teaching enterprise is the learner's version of the TL. Teachers are routinely called upon to do this when they decide whether the learners have produced something that is right or wrong. The enterprise in this case is FL or SL, teaching and learning. First, contrastive analysis. Second, error analysis. Third, transfer analysis. And IL, which is MT or TL comparisons, contrastive analysis. L, TL comparisons, error analysis. And MT, IL comparisons, transfer analysis. So, what is contra, error, and transfer analysis? First, contrastive analysis, the systematic study of a pair of languages with a view to identifying their structural differences and similarities. Next, error analysis. Error analysis distinguishes between errors, which are systematic, and mistakes, which are not. They often seek to develop a typology of errors. And next, transfer analysis. It has, however, proved impossible to deny totally the effects of MT on TL since they are ubiquitously and patently obvious. Insofar as TA is something salvaged from CA and added to EA, the balance has shifted. The third paradigm for the study of FL learning that has been widely embraced is the interlanguage hypothesis propounded by Selinker. Learners and native speakers. concerned with the errors of FL learners and with those of native speakers or NS have run in tandem. Early work in FL learners, EA was taxonomic, by which we mean it concentrated on the collection and classification of errors, much as the lepidopterist would organize a collection of butterflies. By contrast, early native speakers EA was more interested in identifying cause and system. The two approaches appear to have coexisted side by side for some time, with little or no cross-fertilization. According to Henry Frey, Grammaire de Fautes, Paris, in 1929, Frey contrasted normative and functional approaches to NS error. The former has to do with attitudes and standards, the latter with clarity, economy, and expressiveness. It is in this latter context alone. Frey suggests that we can talk of error in terms of deficiency. Frey also discusses the connection between the rule of grammar and the rules or laws of society. Finally, he relates error to linguistic change, distinguishing linguistic change, which is reversible, from linguistic evolution, which is irreversible. The taxonomic tradition has been perpetuated at another level. A good example is J. B. Heaton and N. D. Turton, Longman Dictionary of Common Errors in 1987. This is an alphabetically ordered listing of the 1,700 errors in English most commonly made by foreign learners. The book is based on a sample of errors taken from Cambridge First Certificate in English answer papers. A randomly selected entry is English. Our teacher is a typical English. Our teacher is a typical English woman. The English is English people, but never an English. Of course, not all errors are universal. Some selectively afflict learners having a certain L1. On the lexical level in particular, empty interference produces errors known as false friend errors. These tend to occur when an empty word and a TL word are identical or similar in form but different in meaning. Alhamdulillah, thank you very much for watching. That's all my presentation of my CEA final exam project. I apologize for my mistake that I made. Thank you and see you on my next video. Bye bye.